smell better. I
I
smell
mean,
better.
yeah.
Should we talking to the microphones later too, brother?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, also,
Don't talk to the microphone.
Who am I talking to?
Pattis, want to move the microphone towards? Yep, there you go.
That's why I kept falling down.
It can
I had
move.
it moved.
We're
yeah.
good. We're officially live. All right, here we go, fellas. Welcome everybody to season 2, episode 38 of the Fantasy Guys, aka the Abee and Oz Media Show. We are officially live. We got half of the squad, Miami Hurricane out.
Abe's taking over.
Yes. Abee not only has his own show, now he has his own clothing line, sponsored by the Miami Hurricanes. We are officially live. Looking forward to another great show today. We got a whole starting lineup and a bench player. I'll be the bench player for today. We'll let Fatah Saqaf go for today, but we'll let him slide. All right. With that said, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, father's heart.
Hey, I have a feeling today's gonna be a heavyweight show. We got a lot going on. First of all, Nader is showing off the Qahwa House Cup, drinking some wonderful
He just
coffee.
rolled up his sleeves. He's showing off his biceps, too.
And he's showing off the biceps. too.
Mashallah.
That's why he's holding the cup so tight right now. The biceps are showing. Shout out to Nader's in the building. We got Fatis Saqaf in the building as well. Abee Abraham rocking the whole Miami gear. I didn't know they did shorts for the 2001 team as well, but they did.
The greatest team ever assembled.
It is. I'm not gonna lie.
Ever
You
assembled.
sent that message in the group. I never confirmed it, but it 100% is the greatest team ever assembled. Of course, you got myself. Somebody's phone is on.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
That's
okay.
me.
You got-
I normally have it down the volume. My bad.
Whoa.
Who's your time?
We are deep today.
Who's your
reigning
time?
What is
MVP.
going on?
MVP.
The 35
MVP.
and older
MVP.
MVP.
You sit
Well,
right
we
here. You
didn't
sit
know
right here.
everybody was
Hey,
coming.
Hey, no, you
No,
good?
here.
We're deep.
Fujo.
We're deep.
Damn,
No, no,
we really pulled the show up.
I
today.
thought today was gonna be 3 people, ended up being 7.
Yeah,
It worked out.
I tried to do my part.
So how does this thing work?
All right. Well, it works with. First of all, you want to have the mic close to you.
right.
Typically not like that, but you know you could just hold it. Billy wanted it like that.
Billy, you come sit over here and share the mic
Hey.
with me.
Hey, this
Fujo.
There's no such thing as
Fujo. Do this better.
Well, you can
No,
share,
no, I got
share
this.
the
Hey,
shit.
hey, this is funny. This is funny. So first of all, Fujo's in the building today.
First time.
First time ever. We're gonna go ahead and give him a round of applause, Yusuf, if you can. Shout out to Fujo, the MVP of the 35 and up league. Shout out to Fujo in the building. Two-time champ.
Reigning defending champ.
Reigning defending champ. He's in the building today. We've been trying to book him for a couple weeks. We're surprised he showed up this week.
You know what? I've been real busy. I apologize. You know, so many things come up, and you know what? I was driving by. I'm like, I'm gonna stop by today. I got time.
We expect nothing less from an MVP player. I know you've been booked on a lot of different shows and and other things as
No,
well.
no,
So
no.
we're happy to have you on. I was introducing everybody. Of course, AB, you got myself, Omar T, you got Big Bro Moti, Fujo in the building. We got Billy Buckets in the building as well. So Billy is actually here. But he's not on the camera right now. But if he has anything to say, he's more than welcome to share it. We are officially live. We're going to talk about the LOL 30-plus league.
Wait. You didn't mention me?
I did. I started off with you,
Beginning.
Nader.
Started
Oh,
with
did he?
you.
Yeah, I said
okay.
the gun show.
You didn't hear?
okay.
He
Yeah.
said the super elite.
Yes, super elite. That's what I should have.
So what happened is Billy had a conflict in schedule, and he likes to always pop up when he, like, oh, I can't.
feel wanted.
But pop,
I want to feel wanted.
And today, unfortunately, he was replaced.
There you go. On
The big fella.
By Fujo. That's the only person who
That's the only person. You're right. I tried with Nader and Fadas. I need to bring 2 of them.
There you
Two
go.
of them.
All right, well, we're live. We're going to have a great show for you today. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our page, YouTube Oz Media. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Oz Media. You can listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcast under Oz Media. And if you want to call in, Hamada, if you're watching, I sent him the number already personally, but anyone else, number is 313-306-1750. Again, 313-306-1750. Since Nader was showing off the cup, we got to give a shout out to Qahwa House. Just opened up a new spot in Canton just yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and run that Qahwa House ad, and then we're going to officially get this show on the road. So go ahead, Yusuf, and run that ad, and we'll get started. The Qahwa House. The Qahwa House is the first coffee shop of its kind. The Qahwa House is a family business established in 2017 for the sole purpose of providing the best quality Yemeni coffee with no added preservatives, artificial additives, or flavors. You can stop by Qahwa House to try their famous Yemeni latte, Adani Shahi, Mafawad, and Jubani coffees. You can also stop by to try their delicious pastries, such as the Yemeni favorite sabaya, their sembusas, and their new menu item, Everything Mini Bites. There are currently 4 Qahwa House locations, with 2 of them coming soon as well, to make it a total of 6. Their 4 locations is West Dearborn, East Dearborn, Williamsburg, New York, Lombard, Illinois, with 2 new locations coming in Canton, Michigan, and Petersburg, New Jersey. So no matter where you're at in the country, be sure to stop by a Qahwa House and get a glimpse of what the Yemeni culture is all about. Yusuf. All right, we are officially back. All right, so like I said, we got a squad here today. Nader's raising his hand like he's in a classroom. He has to do it. So many people.
There's one in Patterson already. I was there.
Oh, I'm talking about the Canton one just opened up.
No, they said that it's coming soon.
Oh, okay.
They said Peterson. It's Patterson.
Patterson,
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Patterson, New Jersey. I've been there. It's very nice.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Oof.
All right, shout out to Nader.
Nader.
Yeah, he had to straighten that out. He had to straighten that out.
My man.
I appreciate Nader. Hey, so we got Izzuddin El Gahim said it's Isa Ian in Yemen. Shout out to Izzuddin El Gahim in Yemen watching. Hope you're enjoying Yemen and you know all the things that goes on over there. Fujo's in the building today. What's going on, Fujo? How have you been? How is the 30+ league? How's your team looking? Talk to us, Fujo.
Honestly, the league, I think the competition dropped a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I think it did this season. I don't know if people agree or not, but I don't see the same fight and the hunger that was in their previous years.
Why you say that?
Previous years, the leagues was tougher, stronger. I feel like there are better players in the league. Not that I'm knocking anybody in the league right now, but I feel like it was just people are more hungrier and more competitive.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're more hungry and competitive, or are more hungry and competitive?
We're more hungry and competitive. I feel like the league took a step down this season. If I knew the league was going to be like this, I think I would have sat out and just rested my body.
Oh, that's a strong statement.
It's a very strong statement.
Like, and I'm dead serious. I'm like, I feel like the league is not where it should be, and the way the draft went is just ridiculous. Like, to allow Bosch to get Omar, even though Omar is injured and the way he is, Omar is still better than 80% of the players in the league injured.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it doesn't make sense. You guys just set up a team where it's like you're giving them the championship.
Well, how do you feel? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the 2 new captains, the 2 newer players, really, really, really good players, but having them being captains, not knowing anybody really? Like, do you think that affected the draft?
It did, because a lot of people drafted on friendship.
It's always like that, though.
They drafted on friendship, and the league is off balanced. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't feel excited to go to it. Like, oh, I used to be excited and be like, man, I can't wait to go against this, and this, and this. Now it's like, oh, whatever. If I show up, I show up. If I don't, I don't. And I'm not saying that I'm this best player, but I feel like the fight is not there right now. I feel like there's no hunger.
I was gonna ask, do you feel like the Fujo being the MVP has a lot to do with this, and now the competition is starting to slow down a little bit for the MVP?
No. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like previous years. You know,
Do you want to come to a hungry team?
I want to come to a hungry team. No, my team is hungry to win. I'm not saying my team isn't. I
Him
just
and
feel
Romeo
like
are still arguing.
the competition is not the competition I expected it to be, that I expected previous years.
Okay.
Can you fault Bosch for drafting so good?
I can't
yeah,
fault Bosch.
yeah.
I fault the other captains for allowing.
Yeah.
They were,
for a lot-
it would,
yeah.
People to
drop
sleep.
to him. And then here's another thing. Moa Hag was the #1 pick.
Yeah, he was.
No, hold on. He wasn't traded. He was dropped from his because Hamada wasn't going to wait. But my question is this, and I don't know if any of you guys can answer this, but were the other 7 captains asked if they wanted Moa Hag? Or was it just automatically assumed that, okay, now that Owl was taken to Hamada at 1, that Moa Hag, nobody else wanted him, so that's it? Because, I mean, Omar and then Moa Hag, like...
Hamada's gonna call in, so we should ask him that.
That's interesting. And so, how about the Umar situation? Like, I really do wonder, because I know Umar and Bosch played together and stuff. Was that something that was, like, agreed upon with the captains, or they just all passed up on him?
They passed up on him.
Really? I'm just
I
wondering.
think so. I think that's what happened. They just passed up on it. But
The chemistry is.
a lot of it has to do with the talent this year. A lot of guys never showed up this year.
Yeah.
Bashir Taidi, Hamza Umar, Ali Thabit,
Mosey.
Mosey. We counted them the other day. There's about 7, 8 first round or second round
Abee.
players. Abee. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
players that never showed up and got replaced by, subpar players.
And not to knock any player that are playing, everybody's welcome. We like everybody in the league.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
The talent level just
Everybody's
dropped.
entitled to their own opinion.
It's like
Fujo, so you're entitled
it's like
to say whatever.
after the second round, the talent level just completely dropped. But previous seasons, the talent rose to the third, fourth round.
There's more teams too this year.
Yeah, it's a 9th team.
There's a 9th team. Yeah.
Osama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Fujo. I was actually talking to Fujo when we were talking about this 30 and over run, and I know how important it is for Fujo coming off of the MVP season, coming off of a championship run, and just the confidence right now where his game's at. To come out now in the 30 and over to where everybody said, this is where the comp's at. The competition. All the captains, bring it on, and everybody feels like they're under 35, that it's a different level. So I know Fujo had something he wanted to prove, and to hear this coming out of Fujo's mouth. All right, Buckets. To have this come out of Fujo's mouth is just him, I guess, disappointed because
I'm very disappointed because
disappointed.
if you really think about it, Faddis' team, right? They're smacking teams right now. They're blowing teams out the picture without probably the second best shooter in the league, and they're doing this damage.
It's the chemistry.
Now you bring the second best shooter in the league, Mohaj, back from Yemen, where all he has to do is be a spot-up shooter. You don't have to do nothing else. What is that team going to do to other teams when he's back?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that Faddis' team is looking good.
It's
and
a great problem to have.
Yeah.
It's like, how many defenders do you have that can defend all their guys? You got Omar, you have to defend regardless, hurt or not, right? Because his IQ is top of the chart. He's going to make something happen regardless. You got Bosch. Mashallah, Bosch is just Bosch. He's going to do what he does. You got Faddis, a great IQ. You got Uncle Eddie playing amazing, double-double every night. And now you got Mohad Hajj coming back. That means you got to have 5 top defenders just to try to maintain these guys.
And, to quote Bosch, talking to Bosch today, Bosch said that one of the funnest seasons he had was last season. He said there was games like at hamtramck where he got to sit a whole half and just watch his team play. He said when Mohad comes back, for an example, he said he can't wait to be able to just focus on, and this is a captain and one of arguably the best players in the league.
Focus on golf?
Focus on defense and rebounding, which, by the way, Billy just left, but Team Larry Legends, Bosch does have a tea time tomorrow after the 6 o'clock game. So he said he's got to put you guys away early so they can call the game so he can make his tea time. Again, another quote. I was on the phone with Bosch earlier today.
That's hilarious, dog.
He also talked about Faddis, man. Loves what Faddis is doing, the confidence Faddis has right now.
So you kind of got the pregame.
We talked a little
pregame
bit.
report.
I mean, they're calling Faddis Harden right now.
Hey,
You
listen.
heard it here first.
Because of the Euro step.
Yes. Can we?
Euro step.
I heard
Oh,
he's
go
finished.
Martin.
I heard he's finishing around the
They're
basket.
talking
Yeah.
about Faddis Malahi.
No, we're talking about Faddis a suck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to make sure which Harden you're talking about. Houston, Philly.
You're gonna have to ask Bosch that.
Houston.
Bosch is the one
OKC.
again. A quote.
And
Bosch called him Harden.
All right, so listen, I'm trying to think of like the major topics that was going down this past week.
You can't.
And there's one that we have to talk about that needs to be discussed. And I'm looking at the man right now who hasn't really said much too, so this is a good time to get him involved right now. And there's this big thing going on with Nader Nation. I saw a group of 500 people walking in a straight line, and like an army, legs, arms all in sync. And then we got Tony's Island. I lead Tony's Island, okay?
Just him by himself.
I don't know.
The island. No, it's him.
You guys got, like Revis's Island is
Yeah.
Revis
The
on by
island by
himself.
himself.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What's this like? On the same team, by the way. This is like a in-house beef going on. What's going on?
We're good.
In-house?
Me and Ali Tony are good. It's the problem is Ali Tony and the fan base, Nader Nation. That's the problem. They are waiting for an apology.
What happened? Can you explain to us if you want to?
AB can explain it. He was there.
Go ahead, AB.
AB.
It's sometimes good to come from an outsider's
Yeah.
perspective.
No, not an outsider. He was a coaching. He made his coaching.
I
debut.
wasn't no coaching debut. I was asked to coach, and I showed up, and I'm not coaching because sometimes, and take this for what it is, you can't coach your divas. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
I just said you can't coach divas. So, the game before, listen, the first game where Manet's team, Nader, Ali, Tony, these guys rolled. They rolled, man. Amazing game. Would you guys drop 70-something points, 73 points?
We had a lot of assists.
What? Yeah, Manet had like 15 assists or something like that. The team was rolling. Tony sat down in that game. Team looked good. Ball was moving. Everybody looked good. So this game came where they're playing Kamada's team. Kamada's team jumped on them. Guys look tired. Guys look out of sync. Guys aren't playing defense. Nader, obviously being Nader's first guy to raise his hand and call himself out to get a sub. So,
I was tired.
no, he won.
I had eight points. In 20 minutes.
Nader scored the first 3 times he touched the ball.
Yeah.
And then hardly saw the ball after that. Anyhow, Nader comes out to the bench. Nader's looking at Ali Tony and sees that Ali Tony looks like he can use a breather. He's a little frustrated.
Couple minutes, 2 minutes.
He's a little frustrated.
Yep.
He didn't warm up. You know what I mean? Guys have to get some warm-up shots. So in the game, he's pretty much doing his warm-up shots to try to get his feel for the basket. So he's really not hitting any shots. So Nader's like, hey, call him out. And I'm like, again, I'm not officially introduced as a coach. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna help out. Like, you guys want to help with subs? I'll make a suggestion. I can't force nobody to come out. So Nader goes and says, I'm gonna get Ali Tony out. He needs a break. He needs to regroup. So Nader goes in, tells Ali Tony to come out, and Ali Tony just brushed him off. Ali Tony told him no. And Nader goes like, are you kidding? And then Ali Tony said something to Nader Nation in the stands.
Yeah.
Do you know what that something is, or do
I can't repeat it.
Okay.
Unacceptable.
All right.
Yeah.
And
So-
They're triggered.
Yeah,
They are very well
Mana
triggered.
asked somebody else to come out. And then, I'm going to get into this. I hope he's watching too. Later in the game, Tony decides to sit out,
What, the rest of the game?
Yeah.
He decides to sit to take a break, but it turned into the rest of the game.
Faddis is shaking his head.
Stop, I was right there because I was trying to talk him back in. They were down 20-something.
Ammar Taha. He sits down for Ammar Taha, right? Ammar Taha comes in.
Who sat down?
Not
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, he wants to come in for Ali Tony.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and he tells Ali Tony, you need to come out.
And
They're down by 10 and 12. He's frustrated. He's not coming out. Who sees the situation and pulls himself out?
Ammar.
Ammar.
Yeah.
He diffuses the situation and comes out on his own.
Nice guy.
Where's
Very
Mana?
good guy.
Where's who?
Where's Abee?
Where's who?
Guy.
He takes care of it. He
Absolutely.
walks out. So now they're both on the court.
Well, here's the problem. Again,
And Ammar is the one that got the...
you can't listen to me. This is the problem. Fujo kind of tapped on it, talking about the competition and where people are, and I think that we could have got deeper. There's some guys, and this kind of goes in with what I said toward the end of the podcast last week when I talked about, before someone questions me, know my resume. Trust and believe me, I got a resume. Some guys aren't going to listen to you, especially if they think they're better than you or if they think they're whatever it may be. Like I said, there's divas. There's coachable players that win, and there's guys that can't be coached that never win, okay? There was a highlight video sent of the 18 and over championship, Nader, right? That wasn't that Ali Tony sent that Dearborn High camera angle, talk about,
Yeah.
look what I did for my team.
Yeah.
But did he win that game?
I don't know.
No, Charlie's team won that game.
Back in when?
The charity game.
Oh, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
This year.
He lost the game.
But my point is their team lost. You can show me your highlights all you want, bro. Show me you dropped 50.
It sounds like Nader.
But show me you dropped 50 in a win. No, Nader's highlights were in a big win.
Yeah.
It was a big win.
Yeah.
It was a big win.
By the way, in those highlights, was that Faddis in them? By the way, I feel like I saw a player look like Faddis. Was that you in some of his highlights?
And
That
Nader's
was
highlights?
him. That was the whole game of him. 95% was him guarding me.
Okay.
He was guarding me.
All right, I was
Yeah.
assuming that. I was like, man,
But that was after the trade, right?
We should put that in the
I can't wait
comment
to play
section.
you.
You probably could. You could probably add a clip of a video
I don't,
in
know,
the comment.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
No.
But
You know what
can
you do?
pull a clip up.
What you do is when he posts this, when it's completed, and he'll post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can always comment and put that clip
That is-
and say
Okay.
refer to the 21-minute mark
Yeah.
or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
yeah, that's what happened with the whole Ali Tony thing.
So we got a couple people. So we got hello from Dearborn, Michigan. Asked Abee about ID Nader. I heard he was a coach and didn't stop it. We kind of touched on that. Tony Montana Tony Montana says Hamada. Hamada, feel free to call in if you need to. The captain and coach should have fixed the beat before it got ugly, said Dearborn, Michigan. And then Sonny said, thank God Billy T isn't there. All right, what does the T stand for? Nobody knows?
Billy T.
I mean,
Billy
I know they go at it. They, updated
No,
What do you put T?
Billy T. I don't know if he meant T, but I don't know if there is a deeper meaning behind it.
Maybe he could call in and explain himself.
I don't
Sonny, if you want to call in and explain yourself, feel free to call in. For those of you that probably just tuned in, we got Fujo, Moti, myself, Abee, Faddis, and Nader in the building today. We are deep, and we are talking about the 30-plus league. Faddis, what are your overall thoughts on Nader Nation and Tony's Island and what's going on in that situation, Nader?
For me or
you're.
Nader?
Did I say? I'm sorry.
Fujo.
I said. Did I say Faddis or
Yeah, you
Fujo?
said
I thought you
You
said.
go ahead, Faddis. Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Faddis, and
No,
then
go ahead,
Fujo.
You're the
No,
guest.
Fujo-
You're the
let me
guest.
tell you,
Hey,
Fujo
hey,
also,
real quick.
Fujo also has.
Oh, here we go. Moti got a.
Yeah. Real quick. F is next to T on the keyboard, so I can see why he made that mistake.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Moti wants to make sure, but go ahead.
Well,
Fujo.
Nader Nation is Nader Nation.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
there's also Fujo time. It's
Yes.
no, that's
different.
that's
Is
gone.
that
That's
is
more
Nader
of a
Nation?
35 plus.
Okay.
That's more of the old
Yeah.
thing. I leave it for the young guys, the 30 and older. I just play my part.
Yeah.
I just do what I have to do to win. You know, I'm not out there trying to score 16, 17. I'm fine with scoring 6, having 7 assists, 12 rebounds, and winning the game.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
Why are you laughing, Aben?
No.
I'm-
Why is Nader laughing? Why is
I'm
it gotta be
serious.
Abee?
And check out my stats last game. I could have got to the rack as much as I wanted to, but
Oh, 30 and over. Yeah. He's running point.
I'm running point. I'm not trying to.
So when does
I'm not
Fujo
trying to
time
do too
kick in?
much. Fujo time's not kicking in this.
I mean,
don't think
Fujo
it has
time.
to,
Fujo time is 10 rebounds, 12 assists.
I don't think
He's,
it has
he's
to.
doing it in a different style.
I think he doesn't have to with this team.
You know, you
Why?
know what?
'Cause Romeo's on there?
Honestly,
You
it's
have
too much
Romeo,
pressure.
You have,
Hey Fujo,
Joe, you
hey
have
Fujo,
Commander.
Fujo. There was a topic in the chat after the games last Monday. What happened with you and Romeo? Like, why don't we address that topic real quick?
Well, see, people fail to realize I've been knowing Romeo since 2000,
Okay, so
Yeah.
23 years.
Yeah.
and I know what gets Romeo going.
Yeah.
And people might
But-
think
but
that
y-
people might think that we clash or we this. We
You
that.
were up by 15 with a minute
But-
left.
but-
What was that? Like,
I know what gets Romeo going, and I know what gets the best out of Romeo.
I heard
know,
it.
Romeo's our engine. Don't get me wrong. Romeo's our best shooter on the team. Romeo's
Defense.
He's the best defensive player.
That's a strong statement with Joe. on the
Romeo
team.
is our best player on the team right now.
Oh wow.
defensively, Romeo.
Talently, hands down, Joe's the best player on the team. But everything else wise, the hustle, the defense, the motivation, the hunger, it's all Romeo. Romeo gets us going.
Yeah.
Romeo is the guy that gets us going. Everybody can see it on the court.
1 minute left, up 15. That's when you guys had the thing. You guys were up by 15 with 1 minute left. What was Romeo doing for you to?
We're putting
Motivate him.
Listen, we're putting our foot in people's mouth this season.
I'm waiting for it. I'm
Okay.
waiting for it. That's what I'm
Okay.
That's
waiting
what we're doing this
for. Tell
season.
me. Say it.
All right.
Say it like you
All
said.
right.
We are
Act
putting
like-
our foot
Act
in
like you
people's
and me are
mouth.
on the phone.
We are
There you
putting
go.
our
Say
foot in people's mouth this season.
Why? What happened?
Until you-
What are people saying about you guys, Fujo?
Because everybody thinks we're going to be the team that are not going to make the playoffs.
Mm.
So we're going to show everybody where we're going to stand.
Where is the standings right now,
It's
by the way?
one game. I think it's overconfidence.
We're 2 weeks in.
It
You
ain't
guys
over-
haven't played Bosch. You
2
guys
weeks
haven't
in.
played.
It ain't
Bosch.
over-
Couple 2 and
overconfidence.
0s, 1-1s, and 0-2s.
Listen, I want to get on the court and people be like, okay, we got to step it up against these guys. Like with all due respect to Hamada's team, people take him as a joke now.
I was just about to. The next topic.
And
I was
it's
about to bring
sad.
up.
You know what? They got the talent, they got the players, they got deadly shooters, but they don't got the right. If they had a Moti coaching them, they'll be a dangerous team.
I think it's more than just the coach. I
It's-
don't think they mesh together.
They're not meshing because they don't have a leader.
Yeah.
They need a leader to guide them.
I mean, this is what.
It's funny because we watch them play, and you can ask your Uncle Nash. He had me in the post. You know, Uncle Nash could devour me in the post.
Facts.
And I told Uncle Nash, I said, they're not about to pass you the ball. I said, what you doing down here? They're not going to give you the ball with all due respect. They're not passing it to you.
No, he's
You'll
talk-
kill me in the post.
No.
You kill me in the post 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, he's talking about Owl.
Wait,
No,
wait,
we're
wait,
just
guys,
talking
guys, hold
What
on.
they do? They shoot a half court three.
Can
And
you
I
do
look
the
at Nash,
advertisement
I'm
for
like-
Nash specials? since
No,
mentioned?
we got nothing for Nasty
Oh,
Nash.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
But they don't
Well,
have.
no, but let them know what you're talking about. So, Nash, you're about to call me him, call him Nasty Nash. Nash, Uncle Nash is on a team with Hamada, Fester, who's
Hamada, this is a great time to call, by the way.
who
He's not-
hasn't met a shot that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
You got Owl, who I've never seen Owl pass the ball as much as I've seen in the last 2 games with him giving the ball to Fester. Because, but Fujo's right. Like, Fester and Owl got to be averaging 20 to 26 shots a game.
With Fester, with his size,
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah, it
games
is.
without no rebound.
Crazy. It's crazy, but
Fester goes
you
games
can't even
without
blame
no
Hamada.
rebound.
Let me ask you this question, guys. Fester sounds like he's a hooper, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
it sounds like from the messages, I don't know him and I don't know how he plays. But do you think he's the type of person where somebody talks to him, he'll adjust his game, or he's just one of those guys that's gonna just keep doing the Fester?
He's gonna do Fester.
Can I leave one statement and nobody get hurt by it?
No, just
Fester.
say your thing.
When I get 10 rebounds to your 3, and you're being 6'1",
He's taller than 6'1".
He's taller than 6'1". He's taller than me.
over 200 pounds.
That's a problem. Then.
200 pounds. Talking
That's-
about
yeah.
5'9", 150.
I think
And I'm
you're
getting
more
10
like
rebounds?
140, Fujo.
It's ridiculous,
So-
right?
so-
So you're not using your size, first of all. You're not using the talent you got, because Fester's an amazing player. Fester's a great player. I've known Fester for years.
But he's like a Billy Farhat. He's like my cousin Maher Salama. He's like a lot of these big
Hold
guys.
on. Don't go to
They-
Maher Salam.
hold on.
Maher Salam.
They like to shoot.
That's
Let me
not
finish
true.
my
That's-
statement.
Okay.
Let me
go
finish
ahead.
my statement.
Go
These
ahead.
are bigger fellas that like to shoot. Now, Fester, he played at Etzelford. He was one of Haj Beydoun's guys, and Fester, that's what he did. He shot.
What do you mean by Haj Beydoun's guys?
He shot the ball. Like Fester,
No, but
Fester
wait.
likes to shoot. He was a
AB.
focal point of the offense. I'm not falling for any
I'm
traps.
just
that
saying
you're
the
setting.
guy coached for 30 years. Everybody's his guy.
That's a mousetrap, but nobody knows that Fester went to Etzel. They might have thought he went
But
to
you
Dearborn
said he's
High.
one of his
He
guys.
could have went to Fortson.
He's coached for 30 years. Everybody,
Everybody's
every single
his guy.
player is his guy.
Faddis, what are your
I'm not
thoughts
one
on
of
the
these guys.
whole Fester Hamada team?
I've heard 4 guys from that team requested a trade.
Wow.
Hey, but no, hey.
Listen, if Fujo didn't want to say it, I'll say it for you. I'll be the bad guy. 4 guys asked for a trade.
I'm rubbing off on Faddis, by
That's
the way.
crazy.
Yeah, Faddis low key starting to get the podcast thing going.
Week 2, 4 guys.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's
Hey, from the
That's unheard
outside,
of.
from the outside looking in, I don't know much about that team, but you guys mentioned Fester is 6'1" or taller than 6'1", 200 pounds.
6'1", 6'2",
All right,
yeah.
on that team you have Al and you got Hamada, right? Those are considered.
I also got Yakin and
Three
Matt
guards.
Salama.
that team.
they got-
That
they
team
got
needs
big
3
guys.
basketballs on the court, so they could all be happy.
Damn.
Is that possible?
Yeah. Owl, you want to change the rules? Go ahead.
Well, Hamada's on the verge of going 0-3. I mean, he's got Monty next week, and I know Manawat and Hamada got a little comp going because really don't see Monty talking a lot in the chat, but he's going at Hamada.
Nash made a great point, and I seen as soon as the game was over, he came up to me. He said, "Hey, why are we working outside in? It's got to be the other way around.
Thank you.
These guys don't know how to play basketball." And that's exactly what I said. They come to the court and they're just running around the three-point
three-point line.
line,
Well,
and people could be slashing. They're not looking. for
who's to
slashing.
blame on?
I think all the individuals, guys. Let's
Well,
be
but-
real right
no,
now.
no,
You guys
no,
are
but
all
hold on,
30
yeah.
and over.
But
No,
you
you're
but
right, but-
Hamada
but-
drafted that personnel for a reason.
It's not even that. Listen, Hamada, you're the captain. You're the coach, right? And when you were the captain, you've been captain a couple of times.
Yeah.
When you're the coach on your team, Jafadas, you've been a captain, Ned, you've been a captain. Or I've been a
I'm
captain.
still a captain.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. So my thing is, we go in the chat. We set up game plan. We're final say. Now, yeah, are we gonna take from our players? Hey, Fujo, hey Fujo, what do you think we should be doing, man? We should do this. You throw your opinion to me. I say, we do. We either adapt or we don't. My point is, who's allowing this all to happen, Faddis? Realistically,
I mean, you gotta.
you blame the captain.
You gotta put the
You blame the
on
coach.
captain, but maybe he wants this style. Maybe that's what he wants to teach.
And that's
And,
my.
and that's what
my
Hamada
point.
just said. Hamada just said, Fester
Oh.
don't rebound. We ain't draft him to rebound. All right. Why did Billy Farhat leave? Trash. He running around acting like he doing something. Said Hamada. They just talking about Billy right now. And then Nader smile looks fake. That's what that's what Dearborn, Michigan said that. Things can change quick, said Hamada. Abee very angry today, said Dearborn, Michigan. So
Who's Dearborn? Why don't you put your name out instead of hiding behind Dearborn, Michigan?
So I just want to say this right quick, okay? Mo Usri took a great amount of time to come out with, pretty much a breakdown of last week's games. Okay, what are your thoughts on it? What are some parts that you agree with or disagreed with? Why are you looking at that, Faddis? Talk to me. What's going on?
What do you say?
He had a whole written reports of the breakdown of the games, man. You ain't see it? You ain't read it? Recap.
He had a recap. You
So
read it?
maybe you should look into that while we ask Nader. Nader, what are your overall thoughts on the recap and tell me?
I just know I'm in the MVP rankings. I'm number 6, I think, and best passing rankings.
Okay.
No, you're actually in 3 categories.
At 3?
What are your thoughts on the whole rankings? Was there something
I like it.
agreed
I
with
like
it or
it.
disagreed with it?
I like it, but I think he needs to be another list. I think there should be another list. Bad sportsmanship, worst teammate, for the week. I think
bricklayers, top bricklayers of the league.
This is why, because I think if people see their names on that list, the next week they'll try not to be on that list. You know
I
what
agree.
I mean?
Call them out, pretty much.
Call them out, yeah.
But some people you can't do that. You got divas, you got sensitive people in this league, man.
Yeah,
you got people who turn away.
There is people have been calling Asadi, blowing up his phone because of this list. I told him
100%. Now you guys know why. A couple weeks ago, I told you I received phone calls, texts, and my house got egged.
Listen, it's basketball.
I'm just I can't come out.
Well, we know why Faddis didn't read the statement because according to Sunhan, Faddis doesn't read.
Sonny, take a shot. Hey, Sonny, when are you coming on the podcast, man?
He's reading now.
All right, Moti, what's going on, Moti? I feel like we haven't asked you any questions. I know you're not in the 30-plus league.
Yeah, I just know about the league from our group. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew Uncle Nash was disappointed. I know he was one of the guys that requested his trade, but I talked to him one-on-one.
Oof, you outed him. Yeah. We just said 4 people. We didn't out no names.
No. I mean, bro, it's obvious.
Bro, he made it public.
He
posted on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Oh, okay. Okay. I must not follow Uncle Nash that deeply.
He did all of it.
Yeah, and I talked to him, one-on-one about it. I told him, I was like, bro, you thought you were gonna come in this league and do Uncle Nash. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
Now, this is, playing with 4 other guys that you never played with in your whole life. It's different. All right, Uncle Nash. If you want to put Mount Rushmore, Uncle Nash growing up is in the Mount Rushmore of the players we play with.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, age get the best of us, all of us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But, like Fujo said earlier, you put Uncle Nash in a post, I guarantee it, none of you guys could check him in the post.
No.
None of you guys can check him in the post.
The problem is there's
listen,
egos.
I'm not talking about, no. I'm not talking about, he's not backing you down.
He got footwork.
Oh, I believe it.
He's gonna fade away jump you.
What are we talking about?
He's got Uncle Ed type.
No. Two different games.
He got way better footwork.
2 different
in
games.
The post than
You know what's unfortunate? I've been hearing that from a lot of people.
Absolutely.
But he doesn't have enough time to display what he could do.
Absolutely,
Bro,
bro.
He could do this. He could do it. Like, really?
Hey, a lot of injuries. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you he's gonna dominate the league. He ain't gonna dominate the league. All I'm saying is,
he could be a great piece.
100%.
Puzzle.
100%.
But there's too many egos in the league.
This is why we blew them out. Hamada's team. Hamada decided to check Joe, so I told everybody get out the way. Let Joe take Hamada one-on-one. It's an obvious mismatch.
Yeah, it is.
Even if Joe misses 9 layups, I will go to Joe 10 times because he's gonna get them.
Yeah.
He's not checking them. So when I'm checking Uncle Nash in the post, or Mo Malahi checking Uncle Nash in the post,
mismatch.
It's a mismatch all day. I know the moves he's gonna do.
Yeah.
I already know what he's gonna pull.
You know it because
and he still hits me with it.
Yeah,
you know it.
100%.
You know it because you grew up playing with him.
What I'm saying is,
these guys don't.
What I'm saying, I know exactly what Uncle Nash is gonna do on the court, but he still gets me every time.
Listen, I got a suggestion I want to put out, and I know it's got nothing to do with money per se. I'm just gonna use the entry fee as an example. I know there's nobody complaining about money, so let me just make that clear. But the way the 30 and over league set up almost in a way, this is how it should be done. Anybody that's a captain and drafted in the first round, so what was the entry fee this year, like 150?
160.
So let's say 150. Let's use 150 as a better example. Let's say the first round and the captains all pay, 225.
Yeah, I mentioned this in the 35.
Okay, no, hear me out though. Yeah. Second and third round pay 175, right? Mm-hmm. fourth, fifth round. You know what I'm saying? As the lower you go, the less you pay because this is what. And I know it's got nothing to do with the money, but it's just an example.
Minutes.
Not even just minutes because there's no minute restriction in the 30 and over league.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that.
But my point is.
No assery.
Always cutting me off. Always cutting me off.
Because you brought up money.
But my point is though, but nobody's understanding. Like everybody did the same thing and it's equal, but everybody's being treated so differently. In that case where Nash can play, I'm gonna use another example. There's Fateh. Whose team is Fateh on?
Same by that.
You guys know what I'm talking about, Fateh? He just joined the 35 and over.
Shooter.
You get okay.
Yes.
Big time. Do you guys know that this guy played at every level in high school? He made the team and played. He was on the freshman basketball, JV basketball, played varsity basketball. Did you guys even know this about the kid?
I didn't know.
Yeah, about Fateh. The one on Hussein Badani's
not good
team.
with names.
He was on T-Mac's team this past season.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Shorter,
No.
no. Shorter,
Oh
kind of
yeah,
heavy
yes,
set.
I know him. Yes.
So this guy's got like, this guy got a lot of good number of kids. Guy's got a family, provides. Guy lost himself over the last couple of years. He'd be the first one to tell you I gained a lot of weight. That's why I want to play in this league to cut back down. Guy's a great player. But Fujo, you made a great point.
Listen,
Age
some
catches with
people
us.
say if AB,
But
some people.
but for him to take time off of his, and he didn't talk to me. I'm using him as an example because he's a close personal friend of mine, and I can use him as an example. But for example, for him to take Mondays off away from his family, away, making sure he's not working on that day to come out and hang out with the boys, get a workout in, and do X, Y, and Z. And I'm not attacking Hussein Badani on this. I'm talking about the whole league in general, okay? But for a guy to show up and maybe get 5 minutes in a damn game when everybody's, again, where's the equal? Like, we're 40 years old, man. We're 35 years old, and we've made this league where, okay, it's 30 and over. We got to get to a point where we got to do sometimes what's right. Let's just do what's right. I guess the competitiveness of winning is one thing, and that's great.
Very competitive.
But we got to do what's right.
Before we continue on, Abe, because I don't want to hold him up on the line right
No,
quick.
let him hold. He had the opportunity to come on the show. He don't want to come on the show. By the way, your awards won 5-4.
Omar, as a host, you need to take better control of your show. You can't have a caller listening in. I can do that on YouTube. Frankly, when somebody takes the time out of the day to call in, show them the respect and allow them.
He does have a point.
At least 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
AB, I know you understand. I know you love talking. Frankly, if you got to
Quit calling in the middle of someone's segment. I'm in the middle of saying something, and you decide to call in. You're going to be put on hold.
Asadi, what are your
Omar
thoughts?
needs to get hold
What are your
music.
thoughts, Asadi? What are your thoughts?
needs to get hold
This is
music.
why
AB, let him
there's
talk.
something called.
I don't want to allow City talk.
This is why there's something
Oscar
called
the
Nader
Grouch.
Nation and not AB Nation.
This is why there's
AB's not playing in the league.
I have to agree with Coach
It don't
Ossie on
matter.
this one.
Nader Nation has
I
a
have to.
fan base that could fill up cities.
They do.
We got to
They do.
respect the coach.
Yeah, and also the phone call.
He's a championship
He calls
coach.
in,
He's
we,
a champion
we put him on
coach.
standby. We should put you on
There
standby.
should be hold on music. Listen, anybody watch
Can you
Sesame
mute him?
Street?
Can
Does
you
anybody
mute-
watch
mute
Sesame
AB?
Street?
Mute
Real
AB.
quick, I promise you, I'll keep quiet. I won't say another word. Anybody watch Sesame Street? My daughter loves Sesame Street.
Oh, he got muted,
Okay.
guys. He got muted.
Hey, ask Omar.
Oh, Yusuf, oh, that's a good one.
Ask Asadi
Listen to me.
Asadi, tell us about the recap. Tell us more about the recap.
What is Oscar
How much time did it take you? How much time did it take you to do it? Just tell us.
Yeah, the recap. I think the recap is something that's fun.
Hold on.
It definitely takes time because you have.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, so make sure AB.
done. I've been
He doesn't know when John Madden talks, Pat Summerall doesn't. So go ahead, Asadi.
Go ahead, Asadi.
I like that.
Coach, that makes sense.
I like that one, Ferris. I love
makes
that one,
sense.
Ferris.
Hey, I think AB just took his mic. No.
Go ahead, Asri. What's your recap?
Yeah, tell us about the recap.
Definitely, the recap takes time. First of all, you have to watch all the games. Number one, I didn't watch Joe's game, which I'm disappointed to myself, but I did mention that in the recap. And you have to try to find a balance between real basketball analysis and humor for entertainment purposes. The rankings were done for real, in my opinion. If you look at the rankings, you're going to agree. It's not just based on who leads what in what statistical category. For instance, if you have a guard who's guarding the three most of the game, he's getting 8 rebounds versus a big man getting 12, 13 rebounds. To me, that 7, 8 rebounds is more impressive than a 12, 13. So I try to put that little type of personal touch on it. And I did consider adding what Nader is referring to in terms of maybe if you make a list of people hurting their teams, but I don't want to offend anybody. And I did get messages of people that were not happy with the recap, whether it mentioned or didn't mention something they did. Nonetheless, there was some people that were not too happy for the most part. I generally ignore it because I know I'm not writing anything wrong or too negative, but it is what it is.
Asadi, go ahead and add underperforming players and overperforming players, I think, to the list. And where is Fahd on the defensive players? You put...
So here's the thing with Fahd, right? One thing that has to be considered is, and Fahd is a very good defender, but he sat a lot. That's, the first game he came late, and the second game he sat a lot, right? So there has to be some of that gets into consideration as well.
So offensively,
because that team has a rotation of what, 6 guys, rotating regularly.
And you don't need me in top 5, please.
Your mic is working, by the way. AB,
Top
if you
5
want
what?
to say
No,
something.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Asadi talk.
Okay.
If you were putting the top 5 here, it's because you deserved it. That's back-to-back weeks of excellent defense.
Okay, I got one last question for you, and that's this Ali Tony's Island and Nader Nation. What are your thoughts on it, and what's the outcome in this situation?
What should happen in your opinion, Asadi?
I think Ali Tony needs to extend an immediate apology to Nader Nation, and I think it's past the point of where words are enough. Maybe take them out to dinner or something. Maybe bring them Gatorade, cake, something next week. I think he took Nader's kindness as a weakness, and when his fan base flexed their muscle, he was quick to realize, whoa, I woke up a monster. And I think it's in his best interest to apologize, and I think it's in his team's captain's best interest to apologize.
Me and Ali Tony are good.
I don't know.
We're teammates. We're good. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
This
good.
is
the
beyond
issue
you, Nader.
between my fan base and him.
Yeah.
So who are you picking? Your fan base?
My
or
fan
him?
base.
When you draft Nader, you draft Nader Nation.
Yeah, you do.
Ali,
Ali T will still get booed every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
By people that are rooting for Nader. So like they're on the same team.
It's
but he's
bigger than me.
He's gonna get
Nader Nation is bigger than me.
Yeah.
this guy's building a company after his career.
Yeah. So my question to you
And
guys.
a lot of people are contacting Team Boss to try to get on that team, just so you know.
Ooh.
Hey,
Is it the guy
A
on my
lot
left?
of people.
No,
Is
not
the guy on my left?
Not
one of
me.
them?
Not me. Me. No, I love my captain.
I heard AB trying to come out of retirement and play for Team Bosch too. Is this true?
AB would be a good fit. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
I
would.
am semi-retired until August.
Okay, my last question.
Ferris and AB on the same team.
Hey, I need Tony. If there's
can't
a
yell at
basketball comparison, just so I know what kind of hooper he is, who would it be?
I mean, I would say Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow, he's that big.
No.
He plays big.
No, he
he
does not play.
Think about it.
No.
Who?
Nader?
Ali Tony.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A younger version of Terry Mills.
No, I'm talking about Ali
That's
Tony.
taking us back right now, AB.
He's a heavy-set guy that can,
know who
can
would
shoot the
know?
3 and can get to the basket.
Bosch would know, but
You know Ali Tony?
current player,
Baron Davis.
modern player. Ooh, who?
Baron Davis.
For who?
Ali Tony.
Ali Tony.
Oh,
He's a
man.
heavier guy. He gets to the
set
basket
guy,
and he
can
can
get to
shoot
the
the ball.
basket. Shoot the
Man,
ball,
man,
that's
Baron Davis was a killer.
Yeah.
But did Baron Davis
Paul
play
Pierce?
defense?
Paul Pierce.
Did
Yeah,
Baron Davis?
All right, everybody.
Yeah, he did.
AB,
He did.
I love you.
Slow,
Everyone have a
but
great
knows how to
day.
get
I gotta go.
to the
Look at
rim.
his name.
All right, Asadi.
Bro, think about Karl Anthony Towns for a second before you jump on me.
I didn't jump.
Oh.
You jumped on me last week. You set me up with the Uncle Ed phone call. You guys did it.
What happened?
Oh, Uncle Eddie never calls me. What's going on? So don't say jump.
Wow.
If anybody knows jump, it's you.
Wow.
Hey, you guys are funny. Listen, this is, any final comments for the 30 and over recap before we're done? Because, believe it or not, guys, we're already 50 minutes almost into the show.
Shit.
Any final? By the way, with the summer coming, sports are kind of dying down. I mean, we're probably only going to have one more game left of the NBA Finals. Sorry, AB. I just want to throw that out there. We'll talk about that quickly. But, I was focused on 30 plus today. I knew it was going to be majority of the show.
I do have a comment. I think there should be more coaches. I think every team should have a coach.
With that said, AB,
No, there's too many.
Come on home.
You can't call.
Hey,
Guys.
did anybody
Listen,
ever figure out
you know why?
Sufi's phone works?
You know why?
I did. I got a statement from Mosufa.
Oh, okay.
I got a statement from Mosufa.
I'm
This is
glad
what
I
he
brought
said.
that back
Yes,
up.
because I actually mentioned it to him, and he laughed. First of all, he chuckled. Okay.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
just reports that.
And again, he said I was like, am I okay with sharing this? And he gave me the green light. All right.
Okay.
So he said, with the situation that was happening and all the stuff going on, and his phone was being blown up heading into that day, so that when that moment happened and so many people are coming up to him saying, I don't know what's his name, wanted to get a hold of him.
Larry, his captain.
Larry.
He was trying to get a hold of him. He said it was a good time to not be bothered. He had to be focused. So he had to turn off his phone so he could be focused and concentrated on.
He didn't want Romeo to overshadow.
So the rumor that his battery was
said he
dead
was allowed.
is false.
I heard he was allowed, but he said he's a co-captain. He's allowed to draft.
But Larry wanted Romeo.
Okay, but that's all I just wanted to throw it out
And
there.
Romeo wanted to play. Romeo's happy now. He's with Fujo. He's with his friends. But he wanted to play with Larry.
Okay.
I love Nader. Nader don't hold back. I mean, I tiptoe around stuff.
Romeo's having the best season so far in any league.
He is.
Romeo's having his best season so far.
Because he's having fun.
He's having fun.
You guys don't
with
get that.
his friends.
Come on, you guys don't get that.
With his friends,
Having
people he's known
fun.
for years. The chemistry's good on your team.
Moti, you about to say something?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, a quick fact about Mo Sufi. Mo Sufi reads and sees everything was going on. Don't get it twisted. Because he's not commenting, because he's not involved, he sees and knows everything.
He does 100%.
All right.
I think Sufi could be a better coach than player because he is aggressive.
Nah, hell no.
As a basketball player, he's not the same Sufi he was when I first joined the league.
Bro,
The way he yells, his players will walk out on him, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
100%. Some people don't take yelling, in the right way. But
You
going
never
back to
yelled at me.
coaching,
Moti, when you coached me, you never yelled at me.
But going back to coaching,
But he traded
I
you.
traded you exactly. Even worse.
Hey,
All right?
you know,
Silently yelling.
Yeah,
Silently-
you know when you're mad at somebody.
Silent anger.
You don't even say anything.
But going back to coaching, all right. What people don't realize is, first of all, we're doing it for free. All right. Any coaches that come out, they're doing it for free. Anybody that tells me a coach don't make a difference is a dummy.
There's a rumor.
100%.
There's a rumor.
A
Austin
coach
gets
makes
paid.
a big difference. All right. So going back to the situation on that team, when you have divas or players that don't respect the coach, it's not worth it to come.
It's not the respect.
It's respect. You have to have
Listen,
respect.
The captain's busy. The captain's playing.
Absolutely.
The captain is tired.
But when
playing. The captain cannot do substitutions. The captain cannot.
It's a lot. Trust me,
It's a lot. I think every team should have a coach.
Every team needs a coach.
Needs a coach that has full authority to sub in, sub out based on what
that's
he
the problem.
sees.
They need to
That's
be
the
given.
problem.
They
But
need to be given
that's
the
where-
full authority.
Yeah, but that's where the.
Well, it goes
Listen,
without saying.
guys, this is important.
The coach has the authority.
Again,
Moti, hold on.
it's got to be final.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be the
I ha-
captain's got to throw that down. And
So there's players that are guarding players that they shouldn't be guarding because of the pride thing. Because I'm gonna shut down this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna shut down this point guard because I'm a point guard. I'm the better point guard. You should. I mean, that's the way of thinking. In both leagues actually. You actually put the best defender on a player. You don't do it because you want to shut him down and get that glory.
Speaking of that, our last game, I said I got Hamada. Just because I wanted to be the guy to shut down Hamada.
oh, that movie put on you was sick. by
Hamada
the way.
crossed my life.
Oh my God, that movie.
I haven't got
put-
crossed like that since Fahmy crossed me.
Oh my God,
back
that
in the
move
day.
was sick.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, I said, Romeo, I can't check this guy.
Yeah.
I can't.
100%.
He's yours. I just can't. There's no way I'm going to check this guy. I have to go check somebody else.
That's the
Yeah.
reason why
That's
Fujo
real,
is
that's
MVP.
real.
You know?
That's an MVP.
And
Well,
I know
that's not just MVP.
it's gonna
that's
hurt us.
That's a leader.
You know,
That's a
it's gonna
leader.
hurt us. I said,
That's
Romeo,
leader.
I need
That's
you to check this
leadership.
guy.
That's leadership right there.
He's gonna kill me every play.
Yeah.
Hamada can shoot, so I have to play close on.
Oh yeah,
Hamada.
deadly
Listen,
lefty.
He's
Deadly lefty.
faster. He's younger. He's more athletic than me.
Yeah.
So I'm not keeping up with him. He hit me with a move out, and I spun. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a wrap right there.
I think a
It's a
lot.
done deal.
I think a lot
Fujo
of.
shared that move. Like Fujo put himself down. He put that.
Yeah.
And put Hamada, don't
Listen,
be doing this to me.
I
no more.
respect Hamada's game. Hamada's
that
an
was
excellent player, and his loss,
On
that
that
loss,
deadly
was
loss.
not Hamada's fault. That loss was he kept trying to get everybody else involved, but he pushed the ball to the wrong players at the wrong time.
But he's still got to be the one that put his foot down and drop the hammer.
A lot of players in the league are still in the past. Like,
Yes.
I used to do this, and I used to do this, and I used to do that. They're actually physically, getting worse.
Yeah.
Except I'm probably the only one in the league that keeps getting better at age.
Dude,
but,
I don't know if you guys seen that movie he put on me, but
but I'm
top
telling
10.
He missed it though.
It's
right?
in the
He missed
30 and
shot.
over.
He missed the layup.
Listen, but
He
I'm
did
telling
miss
you,
the layup.
they're not.
Or did he pass it off?
He
Play-
missed
No,
it.
he missed
guys,
it.
missed the
guys,
layup.
I'm in the middle of
I'm sorry, the MVP was talking. I am so sorry.
So They don't know their roles. They don't want to, like, a lot of players in the league don't want to do their roles. This team, Bosch's team, every single person knows their role. Doesn't matter.
It's because they have a coach.
Omar can shoot a 3 from half court and make it 90% of the time, and he doesn't. You know, Ferris can miss 14 shots, but he doesn't. But no, that team is like, people need to see that team. I've watched both games. They need to play like this team. They're not selfish.
But you know what? Your team looked amazing week 1. This is the point, too. I'm trying to...
But like I said, people are not, I want to guard him, I want to do this, because of who they were playing.
The problem is when the captain tries to be the coach, is when everything messes up. Because the captain doesn't see the game the way a sideline player sees it.
So
at the end of the day.
So that's a great point. I'm sorry, Nader. Let me, please, this is going to go into for you, though. That's the point. So I'm on the sideline. Again, I'm not the coach. I'm not. I'm just trying to help out with whoever needs to help out. When you see a player, a really good player, okay, and this is going to be the compliment that I give Tony. Tony, you're great. You're a great player. You're a great scorer, okay? But when you're not seeing the bucket, okay, and you're off, and you're getting back defensively, like you just seem a little lost. You're discombobulated. What you want to do is what you just said. Come off for 2 minutes. 2 minutes of game time. Clock's a continuous clock. Come sit on the sideline, on the bench, catch a breather, and look at the court from a different perspective. See what's going on so you can say, okay, I'm going to go now. I'm going to do this, and this is what's going to help my team.
Huge.
That's
huge.
But when you're too diva-ish to come off the court,
he's not a diva.
Come on, man.
I think he
yelled at Nader Nation.
Listen,
he yelled at Nader Nation.
I think player like Kamal, he's a very good player.
But Kamal gets out the game.
Kamal and Khalid Jahmi, captain and co-captain, were sitting on the bench at the same time. I forgot who was sitting next to me. I tapped them and said, look over to their bench.
Were they up by a lot?
No.
Maybe 8, 9 points.
What were you about to say, though, Moti? What were you about to say earlier?
I ain't gonna lie, it's tough. I would never do that, but
yeah.
That wasn't the game. But listen to me. It wasn't the game plan, but it happened.
Going back to Abee's claiming that he helped out because he don't want to take that L to his record. That goes on.
I'll take an L all day.
No matter what.
Abee was there as a favorite to me.
Don't play around me, bro.
Now you guys can respect guys like
Coach.
Hey, but not going back to Bosch's.
It's not easy to coach and
100%.
put these guys
I've
in the
known
back.
since Owl tried to coach Fujo's team, the 7 Owls. When Fujo wasn't there because he had hurt himself, you rolled your ankle at the end of the 30 and over, the first ever 30 and over.
Yeah.
You rolled your ankle. You weren't there a lot, and you had a team, and you had some older guys on that team. And Owl I would go talk to Owl, and I would say, Abee, man, it's so hard because these guys are older than me. For me to say something that I feel like they're going to come at me and say, man, you can't talk to me like that because I'm older. Or he goes, Abee, I don't want to disrespect anybody. And I'm like, oh, it's not personal. But that's the type of issue I'm talking about, like Moti.
Yeah.
Where it's harder to sometimes with the players you have.
I don't like playing teams that have like a superstar caliber player like
Bosch.
Bosch. I wouldn't like
Coaching them you talk about?
No, playing against like Goggles, because they want to guard him. They want to do this. They want to show him up. They want to, because they know he's the best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had 8 points in the first 2 minutes, and I never seen the ball till the second half, maybe one time.
Who do you blame?
And even Khalid.
Don't avoid the question.
Who do you blame on your team that?
Khalid Al Jahmi was like, Nader, we had no answer for you. Why'd they stop giving you the ball?
Who do you blame?
Huh?
Abee, Manish.
I would blame.
Ali?
Okay, I'll tell you.
The ball.
No. Our team. It was just one game. You guys are looking at it like
No, Nader. Manish, with all due respect, Manish is one of the top players in the league.
Yeah.
But he
shouldn't be checking Camel.
But not only that,
Let's be serious.
Listen, that was later.
Yes, that's exactly what he's talking about.
Stop. No. He was checking Camel later in the game.
He shouldn't have.
3.
I feel like
10 points
I
before
feel like our
26.
team was trying to do too much.
See what happened? Difference
Instead
in the game.
of, listen, the number one thing to get to win games, look at this team. They pass. The defense is going here. They're getting the defense tired.
Did you not watch your game? Camel got to the basket anytime he wanted.
That's because I wasn't guarding him.
It was a defensive collapse. So what happened is, again, with the substitution issue, Ribhi was one of the easier guys to have.
He's the steal of the draft.
To have come out of the game. But when
he's the steal of the
but
draft.
when he was out of the game,
That's his real name?
There was
Yeah.
Ribhi,
Oh.
Ribhi
Yeah.
Elder.
Very great player. He didn't get
steal
to,
of the draft.
he didn't get to display his talent last season, but this season
He was handcuffed.
If
he's playing
Manish
talent.
does what he's supposed to do, like he did in the first game, Manish dropped 16, 17 assists in the first
Yeah.
game, and they won handedly. This game, he did more of and maybe he felt like it was a one-on-one between him and Kamal.
But I guarantee,
two great
listen,
point guards. You know,
listen, he has a very high basketball IQ, and he knows things have to change. I'm telling you, he already knows that. It won't happen again. It was a fluke.
Hey, Ribhi,
That win for Goggles was a fluke.
he has a slogan already written for him if he does win still the draft. Respect your elders.
Yeah.
Yep, that's his last name. And
He's
and he
one of
just
the youngest.
and he just came off of the winning team with your brother from the last 30 and over. He
Yeah.
was on Omar's team. That's
Yeah.
He was
Omar's
a big
cousin.
piece.
That's Omar's
Wait,
cousin.
wait,
It's my
wait.
cousin.
Just ask his name.
He was a big piece of that team.
Yeah,
He was a big piece.
He didn't know his first.
I know. I thought it was
Oh.
a nickname.
Oh no.
Oh,
Why was Mo Thabit the coach for Omar?
Does it sound like a
No.
nickname?
No, Fadullah was.
I was
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Sideline.
Oh, I
part
got
of the
you.
staff. Part of the
Yeah,
staff.
it's
You guys
like-
look
But
alike.
I got to make sure he understands that
guys look
you
alike.
didn't know one of your players'
Hey,
names,
Caltrey.
but you weren't. You were just a staff. You weren't the head guy. I got you, Moti. That's more me having your back.
Unpaid staffer.
Shout out to
Hey.
Caltrey, Fahmi's son. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I hate
He didn't even
Fed.
know that you were our coach last year.
Oh shoot, he
Stop
was there.
it, bro.
That's why we lost.
This guy.
Who's
He doesn't
coach?
know him. He's like, what? Was he?
Ashley was the coach.
Honestly.
He said, "What's good, everyone?
Asadi.
Do I see a
Asadi was our
two-time champ in the building? He's giving you a shout out, Caltrey." And then Fahmi said, "Basketball's easy. Nobody should take it personal." Then he said, "Let's clarify which Tony he's talking about." So he wanted to make sure.
Not everybody
it-
thinks
definitely
of you,
not,
Tony. You've been forgotten.
Not Cedo Tony. Definitely not Cedo.
Cedo?
So shout out to everybody. We're gonna go ahead and run a Hammer Time True Value Hardware ad.
Can we
You went
shout out Grub In or we can't?
Yes, we can.
Let's shout out Grub In,
We
please.
appreciate him. Shout
Yeah.
out to Tony. Shout out to Grub In. And shout out
The
to
best
BG.
sliders in Dearborn.
There you go.
Stop.
Shout out to
What?
Hammer Time. Go ahead, Yusuf. Hammer Time True Value Hardware. And then we will talk about the NBA Finals quickly, and then even the free agents, NFL free agents. Hammer
thank you for
Time
having
True
me.
Value Hardware. Hammer Time True Value Hardware has all of your hardware needs. They have items for cooling, heating, lawn care, plumbing, electrical, and much more. They have great service, great prices. If you want to shop local, then look no further than Hammer Time True Value Hardware, the best hardware store in the Detroit hamtramck area. The Detroit location is 16380 East Warren Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to BG, shout out to Adnan, and everybody over there at Hammer Time True Value Hardware.
All right.
All right, we're officially back. Nader, are you out too, Nader?
Yeah, I have to go run.
Garage sales. We know it.
Hey, Nader, do me a favor. Spray your cologne on that jersey before you give it back to me. I want it. No, keep it. I want you to spray the cologne, ya Zalama. I can sell that.
Assist.
I can sell it. Don't do that.
Sign it.
Yeah, I want your cologne, bro.
All right, we're officially back. Shout out to Fujo and Nader. They're heading out now.
All right, MVP.
But we are officially
MVP.
back live.
Mr. Super Elite.
Nader Nation.
I love you guys.
Yes,
We love you too.
Nader Nation versus Ali Part 2 coming up.
Coming soon. Especially after the show. I know Ali Tony's probably going to have to tune in, and we've definitely chimed in on some Ali Tony talk. So he's definitely going to want to share his 2 cents. All right, so guys, listen, quickly, let's just talk about some of the NFL and NBA talk. We don't got to get into Detroit sports this week. We'll be around for the rest of the summer. NFL, there's 2 major names in free agency, so I want to know what your opinions on where do you think they will land. You got Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins. I'll start off with you, Moti, right quick.
Yeah.
Where do you think Dalvin Cook will land that makes the most sense?
Honestly, I said it in the group. I think Miami makes the most sense. He's been projected to go there. I think he puts Miami over the top. Honestly, man, that's what they were missing was a running game. And, I think Miami for him. Hopkins, he visited Tennessee. He visited New England. To be honest with you, man, to me, the best fit for him would be Buffalo. I mean, I'm sorry, not Buffalo. Baltimore.
Okay.
For me.
So you got Baltimore for Hopkins, and then you got Miami for Dalvin Cook. Faddis, what are your thoughts? You're shaking
I
your
don't
head.
like that, Mo.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook in Miami. Who's Miami's running backs right now? You got Robert Mustard, right?
Yeah, Raheem
Mostert.
Mostert. You got Jeff
Raheem
Wilson.
Mostert, yeah.
And they drafted the rookie
They
Devin.
can send them all those guys back to
Who are the
San
guys from
Francisco.
last year?
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson
both
and
Niners,
Mostert.
former.
Yeah, send them,
Yeah.
send them back to 49ers.
Pretty decent backs, you know, 1-2
Okay.
tandem.
All right, but not
I
Dalvin
think-
Cook.
But they're not going to break the bank for
Why wouldn't
because their
they?
situation's not that bad.
And they drafted a rookie, Devin Akinye, who was very fast, and they're very happy
So
about him.
they got some depth. Dallas is in need of a running back.
Are you a Dallas fan?
Who are they in need? Tony
Whether
Pollard
I'm a
was
Dallas
the
fan
next
or not,
huge Dallas
he's
fan.
a better fit with Dallas.
Listen to me. You guys have Tony,
Nowadays-
but you have Tony the Tiger, bro.
No,
Well,
Tony
Pollard.
Yeah, he's a third down back. He can't.
No,
take
he's
the-
not. He can. He can.
He
run.
doesn't take the full load. Listen, I am a Cowboys fan now. Hey,
Hey,
he
pause.
does
Pause.
not-
Pause.
Yeah, we're gonna-
Pause.
Hold on.
Pause.
Pause on the full load.
15 to 17 touches a game is max for Pollard.
That's true.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I do think they were heading into this year ready to give him that workload. But now that Dalvin Cook's available,
So check this out. So
They
check
did
this
give him
out.
that workload in the
So
past against the
so
Niners.
Miami
He broke
can.
his leg.
So the Dolphins can sign Cook, and then Dallas can sign Mostert and Wilson and give them the 15.
No, you brought up-
17 other carries.
You brought up breaking the bank. Dallas is already up there as far as money because they already spent.
Oh, they paid everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't have the money for Cook. You know?
I don't know if they're
They
gonna
do.
get that much money though, guys. Like
They do.
I
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
no more than $4 to $6 million.
I think he'll do a 1-year contract
I was
with
gonna say
himself and
3
try to get
million.
a 3 years, 4 years following that. That's
Yeah.
how they
I
do it.
don't think anybody's signing a running back right now for more than 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
I
know
agree.
that. That's a one. It's gonna
Hey,
be
but
Prove it to me.
No, but even after
if
the
it
1
is
year,
a 1 year, it might be a high.
I think it'll be
Yeah,
5.
yeah, he,
High
he-
money
he-
amount.
Yeah,
5
yeah,
to
he
7.
deserves. Yeah, he's earned.
Yeah.
He's earned the fact of getting a 1 year.
10 million.
Yeah, max, like 10-year or 1 year.
How about Hopkins? Where do you see Hopkins going?
I hope he doesn't go to Tennessee or these guys that
Yeah,
don't
the
really
waste.
have a star quarterback.
Yeah,
It's a
Even
waste.
Baltimore. They traded Marquise Brown from Baltimore to Arizona to partner up with him, and because he didn't get his opportunities, and he's a speedster. And you're gonna put Hopkins now with Lamar, and I don't see Lamar.
Odell Beckham there too.
Well, you got to remember Kyler Murray
You
and
can put all the receivers you want. Is Lamar going to be able to throw those passes to them? He's not really a 2-3 step, drop a quarterback. He's not. He likes to extend the plays.
But I mean, he's had a ton of
where he fits the
300-yard
best,
passing games.
or where
too.
he should go.
And everybody questions him.
Kansas City. Okay.
They ain't got the money for him.
How much money do you think
Buffalo,
you
they
guys
got
gonna
I
the
think
money
he'll
for him.
sacrifice to win. I think he'll do that.
$1 million for him.
No,
2 million.
no.
get? No, I think
I mean,
They got more than that.
I
No,
think
they
they might
don't.
get 2-year,
They don't.
$10 million,
Baltimore's another one because I don't think
12 million.
What's the one that's playing outside of the receivers out there?
Who, Beckham?
No, in
He's a-
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
You got Stephon Diggs,
You got
Outside of Stephon
Gabe Davis.
Gabriel
He's
Davis.
not paying off. He disappears a lot. I think having
What do you
a
mean? He
receiver.
disappears a lot. Okay,
Hey, going back to Lamar
I
right
had him in
quick. All right.
fantasy.
that's the only reason.
Going back to Lamar's situation about him being a drop back quarterback. That's what he needs to be if he wants to stay in the NFL for a long time. All right, all that extended play running around is only going to beat his body up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if he's smart enough, he's going to learn how to be a pocket passer.
Yeah, he's not a Cam Newton.
Forerunner.
At least Cam Newton had a bigger statue, could take
Yeah.
a beating.
Yeah.
Doing that. I mean, he's smaller, and you've seen what's the second time he's been hurt now, like where he's missed some games.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a great reason though to have him turn into more of a pocket passer, I guess, in a way, and not extend the plays by bringing,
Listen, there's a new offensive
future
coordinator
Hall
in
of Famer.
Baltimore, and he likes to throw the ball. Expect Lamar to pass the ball a little more, but they did add a lot of weapons. So that's why I look at all of them as like a players that me personally in fantasy I probably would stay away from because Lamar, you still got to consider the fact that he is a running quarterback, and it's still John Harbaugh's team. So at the end of the day, John Harbaugh does like running the football too. So they're gonna pass the ball more than they have, which because they're like usually one of the dead last teams in that category, but. Don't expect like a huge upgrade, and you still got Odell Beckham, and he drafted Zay Flowers in the first round, guys.
And they have Mark.
And you got Mark Andrews, and you got Rashad Bateman coming back from injury. Like these guys, they're weapons wise. That's why I'm gonna stay away from those guys because they're good players. It's just how much opportunity are they gonna actually get in a game? I think Baltimore's offense is gonna be good. I just don't know who to pick from that offense, and it's like you're taking a chance.
It's not about where they fit best. It's now who gives them the most money. So if Denver gives Cooks the most money, guess what? He's gonna go to Denver. Is that a good fit? They got
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
He's gonna get majority of the carries. So it's not. I don't think these players care about especially heading towards the end of their career. they don't really care about where they fit best. I mean, I see a lot where, hey, they offer $2 million versus 4. Let me go catch that 4 before I retire.
Abee, you got final words on Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins?
I think Dalvin Cook goes home. He goes back to Miami. I think that's a huge incentive. He's from Miami. To go back home after being away for so long and help the team that, obviously he grew up rooting for. So I think Miami Dolphins is definitely the favorable spot for him. And as far as Hopkins, I'd like personally to see him in Buffalo. I know that he said something in regards to, with Stephon. I mean, that would be sick because, Miami's looking great. Buffalo is still, projected to win that division. And then, they still got to go up against the defending champs. I mean, they got to come up with something offensively, especially when Von Miller coming back.
So this is my opinion, all right? First of all, I do think Dalvin Cook goes to Miami. That's my top one. I think it just makes sense for him to go there. I think that, Miami, I know they got those running backs, but they are, like, to me, tier 2, 3 guys. They don't have that tier 1 guy. Dalvin Cook would come in. Moti said he'll take him over the top. I was about to come out with this statement before the Dalvin Cook news, and I was going to say Miami Dolphins is probably – I believe they are a top 3 team in the AFC going into this season because they went and got Vic Fangio for their defensive coordinator, guys. Like, to me, their problem wasn't scoring. They were scoring, okay? They add Dalvin Cook, which is that guy is going to take you over the top in the run game. And then their defense has so many names, guys. Jalen Ramsey just joined them. Now they got Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard at corners. Their safety, I forgot his name, but he's an all-pro safety as well. Their linebackers are solid. They still got Bradley Chubb. Their line is solid.
Yep, they got Jalen Phillips from.
Yeah,
they got some young talent.
I think
man.
Miami with Dalvin Cook, I'm being serious when I tell you, is the best contender to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They're loaded. I know it's a far-fetched statement right now. I really believe they are a top 3 team in the AFC. I believe they will win the AFC East. Obviously, Tua getting hurt is the normalcy now, and obviously it all depends on Tua. If Tua is healthy for 17 games, I'm gonna say it right now, they will win the AFC East. They'll beat Buffalo.
I mean, did they beef up that offensive line?
That's the only question mark that they have. But they did end up signing somebody recently, I believe, like it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. That's the only question mark Miami has. Are you talking about roster?
You got to protect.
They're loaded.
You got to protect. But offensive line.
Mike McDaniel though, the way he runs the offense, like Tua lets the ball go very quick. Like he's smart enough to run that offense enough to where Tua can let the ball go quick. I mean, everybody has question marks. As for Hopkins, I think New England is not gonna let him go. Bill Belichick, name me any player that has came to New England that's a big name player, and then he kind of like met with them, and then he kind of like didn't sign them. Like, I think when New England brings people
but I think that was easier when you had Tom Brady at quarterback.
Hey,
that's true.
Also, guys.
But Bill Belichick has always had a relationship with DeAndre Hopkins, by the way.
Yeah, always.
If you peep out before the games, he always used to talk to DeAndre Hopkins before games.
Yeah,
they used
bigging
to
him
laugh
up
and
and all
stuff.
that.
Do you think he'll join the Patriots knowing that he could be possibly the 4th best team in the division?
Yeah, especially with Aaron Rodgers now in New York.
That's where I think money will come in. Like, you know how you mentioned they're gonna say like, hey,
Belichick doesn't like to pay a lot.
But my thing is Hopkins trying to get paid or is he trying to win?
I'll be honest with you guys,
A
man.
little bit of both.
If you guys think about Belichick's history as far as coaching, do you think Hopkins is gonna fit in there with regarding with the rules and everything? Because Hopkins is kind of a diva. He's probably 10-year pro, and Belichick has a lot of rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's a good fit. I mean, he can end up there, but you're right. It's probably not a good fit.
I heard he didn't practice much in Arizona because he didn't want to.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I just think that Bill Belichick is going to try to go after him. I mean, that's my opinion, who I think. But obviously, Buffalo's up there. I think he should go to Kansas City, to be honest with you. Like, I think that's the one, because Kansas City has, they do a great job. If he's willing to take a pay cut, he'll be the clear-cut wide receiver, number 1 wide receiver.
Hopkins and then Tony on the other side.
Yeah, like it would make sense
Kelsey.
for both sides.
He would take
Sky
less
Moore.
money for that.
Yeah.
If he wants to win.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sky Moore.
real quick, what type of coach are you? I'm gonna ask everybody. Would you let your veterans practice or no?
You're talking as far as football?
As far as football. Like you have he's a star veteran.
Okay.
And he says I don't feel like practicing today. What type of coach are you?
No, you can't do that because then now you're setting the tone for the rest of the guys to go ahead and be divas too. So I don't like that.
But he's proven. You gotta remember that.
Proven or not proven.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Maybe.
It's a tough one.
It is a
I don't
tough
I don't even know if I can answer. I mean, it's a tough one. It depends.
It depends
think
on
it
what the
depends-
situation
Yeah,
is.
what decision? Who? What player? Like what position? Like,
Bro, my man, he don't want to practice today.
yeah, but
Give me a name.
But are we fearing injury?
Tom Brady? 'Cause
But are
he's
we?
banged up a
Are
little
we
bit?
feel? No, hold up. Are
From
we
throwing-
feeling?
from
Yeah.
throwing
Are we?
60, 70
But hold on.
passes in
Are we?
practice?
Are we fearing injury? We don't want to. And I mean, how much tread does this guy
No.
got left on the tires?
No.
Are we really trying to wear him down right now? Is he a little older in age with the veteranship, where we know that come the season he's going to be out there and ready to go? Why put any? You know, I mean, it just
I
a
don't
lot.
want-
There's a
I
lot
Obviously,
to it.
hey, obviously everybody's banged up after a game. You know, everybody got an excuse to not to practice. Again, the question is just simple. Would you, he said he don't want to practice. What type of coach are you? Are you allowing or not?
Moti's allowing his players to chill.
If it's
100%.
If it's Aaron Donald, a guy that you know loves to practice and loves to hit the pads, okay, and you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want this guy going physical. This guy, he's too physical in practice. I don't want to take the risk here. You know, it's too early for this.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Sit down.
It's on
down.
circumstance.
Go ahead and sit down.
Though it's on
You know,
circumstance.
it depends on the guy. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
you know what you're gonna get if he practices.
Yeah.
So, and you know he wants to practice. Go ahead. You know, I would. I mean, like.
Moti's looking at him like,
Listen, I'm,
No, I mean, again, if my veteran QB wants a day off, bro, take your day off. You're a veteran, you earned your thing. My veteran running back needs a day off, take a day off.
Mahomes coming off surgery because of an ankle issue or no?
I mean, stuff like that.
If
but-
he did, that's
DeAndre Hopkins come to my team and he don't want to practice. Dude, you ain't got to practice.
I don't know about
No,
Hopkins.
straight up.
This is
No,
his
you-
first
no,
year.
I think that was, yeah, but that's on Cliff.
a new
Yeah,
player
that's what I'm
coming to
saying.
the
And then the thing,
organization
first
and already
year.
doesn't want to practice.
Kyler
talk-
Murray.
no,
Kyler
no.
But wants to get paid.
No, no.
Is watching games.
And wants playing time.
No, I'm talking about running through all the little drills and stuff that everybody goes to. You ain't got to run through the drills, my man. When we practice the offense, of course you got to practice the offense with us. You know what I'm saying? So you can build that connection with the quarterback. But I'm talking about regular practice, all that up downs and all that. You ain't got to do that, dog. Come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? How many sugars and cream you want?
You're talking, okay, yeah. You're talking about,
Players do that now.
yeah, the fifth, yeah, no.
Players do that. They don't run the drills or whatever because it's, you know.
No, some coaches are strict. No matter what, you got to practice. Could be real.
Let me ask you this: the great coaches, would they do that?
Jimmy Johnson won.
I'll be
Bill
honest with you.
Belichick,
I think he would.
you really give
I think he
Hopkins
would.
come to the organization
100%.
and take some breaks.
Oh no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Oh yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's a
But
tough one.
I think ultimately on a situation like that, it's on the coach though. He's not going to let the player determine that.
Okay.
Certain coaches, I don't see them because again, there's certain times that you have to establish your dominance. You have to establish who you are, where you stand. Like again, I'm still the one in charge, and you work for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially him being the GM as well, right?
There you go. That was our NFL talk. We're gonna run Unique Coney Island and then quickly touch on the NBA Finals. It might be our last
Yeah,
day.
that might be my cue because I got to get going in there right now.
All right, no problem. Yusuf, go ahead. Unique Coney Island, and then we got the final NBA Finals.
I hate that you guys call the gentleman sweet.
Billy
Unique
left 'cause
Coney
Amy
Island.
wouldn't let him talk.
Unique Coney Island is famous for their original unique pita, homemade chicken lemon rice, unique chicken qalaba, shawarma, gyro, and much more. They also have a reward system there, where every 100 points you get $7 off your next meal. Their location is 33102 DeQuinder Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. Shout out to Sambo, Big Nate, Big Nasty, and everyone over there at Unique Coney Island for the best conies around.
I got you.
Hey,
I'm gonna put it on
don't
there.
put it in front of hamtramck jerseys
This guy
too.
really wants to be an anchor on the show.
Yeah.
I'll see you, Avy.
Shout out to Abee.
I'm just a replacement, Keanu Reeves. That's when I'm gonna need somebody.
Jersey, Ken Dorsey, greatest team ever. Make sure we see you.
Who was on that 0-1 team, anyways?
Hall of Famers.
I think it's being sarcastic. Are you being sarcastic?
No, now I remember the team.
Oh yeah, they were loaded.
Kellen Winslow?
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor.
RP Sean Taylor.
Parrish, DJ Williams, Jonathan Vilma, Brian McKinney. Hold on, Vince Wolfork, Brian.
Who's the quarterback?
Ken Dorsey.
Ken Dorsey.
Testaverde.
Ken Dorsey.
Unfortunately, that's
wasn't
the
Testaverde?
one thing in the last 20 years that we could never produce was a QB.
Yeah.
But he's offensive coordinator right now in Buffalo.
Yeah, he is.
All right. So shout out to Abee. We appreciate him.
The playmaker.
Uh,
Michael Irvin, 87.
There you go. Okay, so NBA Finals. He did mention that we were talking about this last week, and I think it was Billy. We said gentleman's sweep. I think Faddis had it in 6. Moti had it sweep, regular sweep. But game 5 is tomorrow, Monday in Denver. 0 chance Miami wins that game. Faddis.
You can't say 0 chance. These guys surprised me in one game too.
Yeah.
They played hard. It's the Miami Heat. They got here. There's a reason why they're there. So you could never call out the Miami Heat. They're well coached. They got some good players. They do rely on the 3 a lot. So is it over? No. I think maybe Denver could be too relaxed. Be like, hey, 3-1. We need one more. We could take a break. They could be, relaxed a little bit. So
I'm giving Miami a 10% chance.
I'm not saying Miami's going to win,
Yeah.
but they have a chance. I say about 20-25.
I think Denver, this is very similar. If you remember when the Pistons won in 2004, you know how we were up 3-1 and then we were coming home with that game. The Pistons, you had that feeling that we were not about to lose this game. And then everything clicked that game. The energy was hype and the team connected. And I think Denver, they look at it like it's one game. We're at home. We can end it now. I think everything is going to work out. I think the line is -10. I won't be surprised if Denver wins by 15, 20 points. I think they're going to just, when there's one game left from accomplishing your goal and you're at home and you've already kind of dominated the series, that momentum, I feel like they're going to just ride with them. Miami looks like they're done. Miami hasn't, some have been playing bad. Certain players have been playing bad, but Denver is just in the middle of the game is close, and then you could slowly see that Denver's just a better team. They eventually take the game away, and then they end up winning by double digits in the last 2 games specifically. Moti, what are your thoughts on the series?
No, I totally agree, man. But shout out to Miami. Let's not not give them credit, because to me it's a crazy accomplishment what they did. But they're missing that star, right? They're missing that star next to Jimmy Butler. Hopefully they make some moves this year and get back to the finals. But
Damian Lillard, by the way.
yeah, I heard those rumors. But Denver, yeah, I got Denver winning tomorrow too. What's more motivating than telling your guys a chance to win the championship at home?
Yeah.
In front of the home crowd. So I think Denver gets it done tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. And then with the Damian Lillard rumors, there's a team like Miami, man. They got the assets, bro. These players, these undrafted players, they made a name for themselves. I know you're looking at me fat. It's they could trade Tyler Hero, who they made it to the finals literally without him. From the game 1, he got hurt in the playoffs. Duncan Robinson is still an asset. He still is. I know his contract is a lot, but to me, he's an asset. Any team that wants 3-point shooting, Duncan Robinson's name, if he was a free agent, which he's not, but if he was, he'd be top 3 on the board in terms of 3-point shooting heading into free agency. So you got Tyler Hero, you got Duncan Robinson, then you got all these other minor pieces that could be, potential players that people would want. Obviously they still have their draft pick. I think Miami's gonna go after somebody.
But you're gonna sacrifice a lot, and it's kind of similar to what Phoenix did. You got your guy, but you got no bench now. So, and I think team needs to realize that when you do make a trade for a superstar like Lillard, you're gonna have to give up a lot. That's Lillard. What do you think the Trailblazers are going to accept? They're going to want everything on that roster. They're going to say, you know what, we want Bam in there. Give us Bam. We're not even talking.
Yeah.
So you're going to give up a lot for a superstar, and then you just hope there's enough, talent on the bench so that when you do make runs, you like now they got a nice little bench, nice little rotation. They're not performing, but you can't say because they're playing bad. I think it's a combination of that, but Denver's just too big too.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you got a deep bench, especially in basketball.
Shout out to Aaron Gordon.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. When you're a top 5 pick, sometimes people debate, they remember him. A lot of people know him as a slam dunk guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aaron Gordon. He's playing both sides of the ball. That's why I'm saying this. He's playing great defensively as well. And offensively, he's doing his thing. He's pretty much like the third option in a way. Bruce Brown.
Yeah,
Bruce Brown is playing this guy. He's having the best year of his life, and he's already was an all right player. Dude, when players like that, role players step up for you in big moments, man. I don't think we talk about it enough. But Bruce Brown, Jokic said it in an interview. He said he won him the game. You know, with all his momentum
Yes.
and the way that he was
That
making
energy.
big shots.
Porter's not playing right.
Porter's not playing.
And then Brown came in
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Performed really well.
Yeah.
He was the Brown
Yeah.
of that game. And that's what I'm trying to say. The bench is really important in these playoffs.
Yeah.
You need help sometimes.
And Braun, I think was he a late first or early second round draft pick for them. Like, man, this is why, like, as organizations, man, you got to hit on your draft picks, bro, because it helps you out so much financially. The depth of your team. I don't care if they're just rotational players. So what, you know? Like, this is why, like second round picks to me they're the most underutilized draft out of any like professional sport draft. Like second round pick in the NFL, you get your DeAndre Hopkins for a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like teams trade their second round picks, big players. You know, like it's a very important. And the NBA, it's like they're useless.
They are, because there's a lot of misses in these drafts. I don't think that they don't translate to good basketball players, or they do, but it just takes a lot of time, and they don't have enough time to groom. They want to win now.
Yeah.
When the Golden State Warriors drafted Wiseman, they're like, "This is it. This is the final piece to our puzzle. 7-footer that could run the court and stretch and play defense and look at him now. He's trying to fit in with the Pistons. You know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to determine talent in basketball. I mean, the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan. My guy from Duke, the lefty. What's his
R.J. Barrett.
He's, I mean, top 3 pick, or is he? Top,
Yeah, 3.
He doesn't look like a top 3 pick. I mean, when you say top 3 pick in basketball, you're still looking at talent.
Yeah.
You know, but he's not. He's good, but he's not. You can't build a team around him. I don't see him. But going back to what you're saying, it's hard to determine talent in basketball.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe top 5, top 7, and then you got to hope and see if they do become good basketball players.
How much of the system you think has to do with that too?
System, organization, coaches. I think that's really big.
Like Miami got 4 undrafted players playing meaningful minutes. Like that, you got to give them like the
System.
Yeah, like that's like where the
That's
system
system.
definitely comes in.
Unbelievable.
I'm not saying for every team. Every team is obviously, but like Miami, man, you got 4 undrafted players. Like not just on the team. Like they are. You can say took them to the final, helped them make it to the finals for sure. I mean, you know, shout out to Jimmy and and Bam, but like these 4, you know, they literally did their thing, man. And you know, shout out to Miami. Muhammad is right, wallah. Like you gotta give them so much respect. They came out of the East, you know, like the East obviously wasn't like crazy dominant. I mean, you had your good
It was
teams.
top dominant.
Yeah, top dominant for sure.
And they beat them.
And they beat 2 out of the 3 top teams. You know, Philly was the only one that they didn't get a chance to play, but they played New York, who was the 5th seed, but to me, you know, probably could argue as a top 4 team in the East. So they definitely get there. Kudos. But I do think Denver is gonna take care of business tomorrow for sure. Shout out to Denver. I don't think people talk about them enough. I think we talk about so many other things. Nobody
Loaded.
talks about them. Yeah, Denver. Talk about a team that you know was well balanced. Last year, where did they go last year? How far did they make it last year? I
They
don't.
lost to Golden State.
I don't remember. But great peeps pick up. You know, we talk about Brown. He actually calls his name Brown. We were talking about a segment. You know, he was a great draft pick. But then you got Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Like, to me, those were championship players, man. Like, championship pickups. I don't know if Bruce Brown actually has a championship yet, but he's a championship player.
I love his energy.
The way he plays. And then KCP, to me, you know, he won one, and he's a good role player, man.
KCP, yep.
He knows his role.
Yep. They still got to pay attention to him when he's behind that 3 line. And he could play some defense, too.
When he was on the Pistons, I felt like he was, you know, he had to be like the guy.
Yeah.
And that wasn't his role.
No.
You know? Ever since he's left there, he's been knowing his role really well.
He's a lot comfortable now.
Yeah, a lot comfortable. And he's doing his thing, man. So shout out to Denver. You know, I saw a stat, Ish Smith, 13 teams, 13 seasons. Ish Smith, he's on the Denver Nuggets roster. Probably will be getting his first championship. Reggie Jackson, shout out to Reggie Jackson. He's also on Denver Nuggets. Will be getting probably his first championship. So, you know, a big thing I like about teams getting championships is seeing players who never got one before get their ring. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan. Will get probably his first championship. The best thing he does is just sit there and makes Jokic laugh. Yeah, and hypes up Jokic.
And the handshakes.
That's what he does. Some of these NBA players, they chilling, man. Their jobs, $1 million, chilling on the bench.
Winning, watching your teammates play, and having a good time. Man, watching the Joker and Jamal Murray go at it every week, yeah, they got a great job.
They'll go to any rec league and take over, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
I know,
forget
I know.
Oh,
For
we
sure,
know that.
for sure.
Don't forget.
Yeah, I know that.
Right?
Let me ask this question: would you rather be same amount of money, backup quarterback, or the 14th, 15th man on the rotation? Same money.
Backup quarterback. How many years?
You're. How about this? You're a backup quarterback to a quarterback that's for sure the starter, and like you don't have to worry about playing unless obviously a major injury happens.
Is it a good? I mean, I'm probably taking. I mean, I like football personally more. And then you said 15th on the rotation. I'm a lot closer to getting on the field here, so I'm probably taking the backup quarterback opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You know,
On the headset.
Your job's safe. You know, you're probably not going to come in for a superstar quarterback. You're just going to replace him for a few games, and you just, you're going to be there for a while. There's a lot of quarterbacks like that.
Yeah.
Shit, Chad Henne was in Kansas City for so long.
Yeah.
He kept getting contract of the year. To me, he made a good living.
Yeah.
You know, and Patrick Mahomes barely got hurt, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's also NBA players who've been riding the bench now for a while now, you know, quietly be jumping teams and be like, oh, I didn't know he was there, and, you know, making money too. So that's why I was just wondering what y'all thought process was on that. Yeah, I would agree with the backup quarterback statement as well. Any final comments, any final word? It was a great show. We started off with 7, and it's just us 3 right now. Anybody watching, you could throw a comment out there, you know, if you have any final things, Faddis, what you got to say?
I think it was a great show.
Yeah.
We had Billy Buckets walk in, Fujo. Unexpectedly, we had Abee doing a great job again. Nader saying Nader Nation stuff. We had an unbelievable show.
Yeah, fireworks early on. Moti, any final comments?
Absolutely great show. You know, just looking forward to next week.
Inshallah, I want to just close it out by saying, first of all, be sure to subscribe to all of our pages: YouTube, Oz Media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Oz Media. You can listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. And make sure we give a shout out to our sponsors. You got Qahwa House, B2 Adhesives, Hanley International Academy, The Balkan House, Juice Box and hamtramck, Hammer Time True Valley Hardware, and Unique Coney Island. We appreciate all that is watching. For those fellas that, you know, that are in the league, you know, I'm not joking when I say come on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't mind having Faddis every week. If he wants to come, Fadlal Faddis. You know, if anybody's anytime, you know, interested, like, listen, man, I know how it is. I know some of y'all want to do it, but I don't know if y'all want to take that next step. You know, I'm being serious when I say come on the show. Come
Guys,
through
it's
anytime.
not that bad. Come on the show.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Speak freely, and you guys will be all right. It's not that bad.
The progression of Faddis's first show till now, I mean, he did a great job his first time, but like now, Faddis is calling people out, demanding phone calls from people. So shout out to my man Faddis. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Inshallah, we'll be back again next Sunday. Be sure to tune in and have a great rest of your week and be easy.